God says, trust your intuition over outside influences and over everything, anything outside of you. Trust your inner guidance. Tap in to your intuition. Can you hear it? And do you dare to trust it? Stay tuned to this video as I deliver this amazing message for you, lovely soul. There's also some things that I want to speak about when it comes to intuition. When I think of the word intuition, I always think of into myself, into my inner world, tuned in, tapped in, turned on into me, right? And with the intuition, it's very subtle at first. Sometimes you may not even notice that it was your intuition that was guiding you all along, that led you to a certain specific place at the right timing. You might have said, I knew I was supposed to be here. Like one time, my mind tried to talk me out to go for a walk at the park. But I followed what I felt in my gut. And I said, I'm going to go ahead and go for this walk at the park. Although it's at an unusual time of the day for me, I'm going to go ahead and go to this walk at the park. I go for the walk at the park. When I hit about the third lap, there's two parents in the middle of the field. They were having a conversation. And they had their little ones about 2 years old, 2 to 3 years old, just running around, living their childlike spirit, living their best life, which always teaches me how to always enjoy life by looking at children. No care in the world, just enjoying the journey, just enjoying life, right? Such a beautiful feeling that many of us are being guided to tap back into that inner child feeling. That message is coming through. So I was walking around at the park, and exactly, I was at the right place at the right time. The little kid, he had ran far away from his mother, who was talking with a friend, and she didn't notice. By the time it became into her awareness that her child was about to fall into a ditch, I was there. It was like I was supposed to be there. And I got the little kid before he fell into the ditch because he was going straight in. At that moment, I hit that exact place on my walk to where I was able to guide him, help him. Tell him, no, don't go that way. Come here, go this way, and then get him to run back to his mother. And she was just like so grateful that I was there because it could have turned out differently. And so that's why it's very important to trust your intuition, to follow what you feel. And I get upset when things don't turn out the way that you want them to turn out, when plans become delayed, when things are pushed back, when you experience setbacks in your life. Everything is happening for a reason, and it's all happening in divine timing. Before I jumped into this video, right when I sat down, I heard a noise on my front door, and I walked outside, and I noticed all the wind was picked up very heavy, and I saw a white feather flying in the air. And I felt that meant for this video to tell you all that your angels say that winds of changes are coming into your life, that the drought is over, that things are turning and changing for you rapidly, quick and fast. And many of you, I feel like you want to hold on to the past. You feel you're not ready for these changes. And I feel like this is also connected to why the message of talking about intuition has occurred to give to you all today. So stay tuned to the rest of this video. I want to say that if you have not, if you are serious inquirers only who are ready to bust through their issues and blocks, and they are finding their path very troubling and challenging and hard to figure out. If you are ready to bust through those issues and blocks, only serious inquiries. I have a few spots left in my mindset coaching program. So you can book down below in the description area. You can book a free 20-minute consultation call with me so I can see if you are fit for my program, baby. And I can help you go ahead and bust through these issues and blocks of where you may be stuck at in your life. And maybe where you're not being able to hear your intuition as well. With that being said, let me go ahead and just say welcome to my channel. My Miss Kelly Travels Spiritually, and I'm grateful to have each and every one of you here because you are here for a reason. There are messages here for you. One thing about life is that I love to say that everything is happening for a reason, because it really, really is. Let that sink in deep. It said, let that sit with you. Let that sit with you. Everything is literally happening for a reason. You can find a reason in everything. And I think that's the whole key to it. Find a reason why something happened in your life, and you can find a lesson there every time. I actually saw a lesson the other while ago. It's like I had like a flash of a situation that occurred in my life. If you've been watching me, months ago, I had trouble with my washer. And I'm so blessed with such amazing upgrade of a washer. So amazing. But anyways, I had my washer and I was very happy with my other washer. And it was, to me, fairly new. But it kept breaking no matter how many parts we changed. No matter what we did, it kept breaking. And the whole time, I just had a glance a while ago because I'm also doing laundry. It's like that happened to keep you present. From that moment on till now, I've became so present in my life. But at the time, I was very frustrated because I was trying to, I'm trying to run my businesses and show up for me and do my work, and as well as things kept coming along my path in the present moment needing my attention, right? And I felt frustrated by it. But what I've learned from that situation, because this message is coming through, is that you got to accept what comes along your path. Whatever comes your way, you have to accept it for what it is. And it does help us get out of the checklist in our mind and become more present in the moment. A lot of times, some of us stay in our heads because we romanticize about the past, that as if it's better than our present moment that's happening right here, right now. It is called the present moment for a reason, because it is a present. It is a gift. And many souls watching my video right now is absolutely learning how to stay present and accepting things that come your way as it is and letting it be, right? That is definitely teaching you how to be present and how to accept as well. Acceptance isn't like about liking what happens. It's about accepting it as it is and letting it be. That's a message that did just come through right now. With the intuition, it can be very confusing because, especially let's go into with the outside influences. It can be very confusing when you are receiving messages from outside influences, even including myself. And I do my best to break things down in a way that you can truly understand it, because I know what it's like. I also do my best to try to stay away from different things that can cause you to be confused. As far as, like, for one, is that I would love to talk more about the body, but I don't want to confuse people. And what I mean by this is that because at certain levels, there's different things. You're learning, you're relearning, you're unlearning along your journey. So what may work at one level may not work at another level, right? So it can easily bring upon confusion to other people. And this is where your intuition plays a big role, a big part for you. And also many things in your life, including your safety, right? So for me to stay where I'm in this message at right now, it's like, so therefore, your intuition is there to help you at the end of the day feel what resonated to you, feel what's right with you, what sits right with you, what's the right thing for you, right? Although you may be you receiving my messages, right? But at the end of the day, you want to see what sits right with you, because let's go back to the body. As I was mentioning, when I was speaking about the body, it's like at one level, your body's like becomes the mind, and it's like basically you be on autopilot. And because you've done the same things over and over and again, like we all done, and we create a program, and we follow the program, and our body becomes the mind, and basically we just drift through the days of our lives, right? Just doing whatever is in that program, right? And then there comes a time whenever you actually you have a transformation, a rebirth, and then you're reborn, right? And it's like then your body, you then train your body to, you program your body to be lighter and be like what's the word to simplify this, to be lighter and to like what happens is like you start to follow the flow, right? You start to follow, sense and feel. Okay, you'll hear me say sense and feel a lot. That's what I mean. Like you'll learn how to get in your body and just sense and feel your way as you're tapped into your inner world. So that's why I don't talk about that too much. I'll just say sensing and feeling, because there you can see there could be a big what you say, confusion for people who are at other levels and their bodies, and they may try to sense and feel in their bodies, and it's following a program. So always be mindful of where you are, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And also be aware that different people are in different places, they're in different energies. And although they may say things that resonate to you, it may not be something that even matters. And if you take in some of this information from other people, they can create your reality for you. They can start telling you things, you're watching them, they're telling you things you experience, and you may feel that resonates to you because you all of a sudden start to see it in your reality. And you'll notice it'll be all about negativity, and that will create a dark reality for you. You'll see as your whole world and your reality will start to look negative, as everybody's out to get you, people don't like you, all those things that do not matter and does not need your focus and attention, because your focus and attention is your energy, and this is where you create. You can see how this creates in your outer reality. So be mindful of people like that. Again, I'm not saying that anyone is right or wrong. I'm just saying that people are where they are, and it's that's why your intuition will play a big role for you. Another thing is that we're at the age of the Aquarius, and there's a lot of information being revealed. There's a lot of truth coming to the light, right? Which is a beautiful time, and it's so beautiful. But be mindful of the information, the knowledge that you may take in. Also, it's coming through. Knowledge is nothing without action. Knowledge is nothing without you utilizing it, using your power to create something or do something with it. If you just have knowledge, that's one thing, but if you're doing something with it, that's a whole nother thing. So you'll start to notice that a lot of people will have the knowledge, but they're not really practicing these things. They're not really doing these things. They're not really living by these things. They're not really using their power to create with this knowledge. They just have knowledge. So you have to be mindful of all this information that's out there. And you also have to really tap into your inner world and really tune into your intuition, because there's things that you may hear other people believe that you may not believe. And when you don't have the wisdom yet, and you're gathering all this information from other people, it can really confuse you along your spiritual journey, because then you're going to have to go, I'm saying, like a web. You're going to have to go pull that all apart to see, what do you really believe? So it's once again, not only did you have beliefs from your childhood, right, and from the things that you've experienced when you were young, now you have all these beliefs from everyone else, and you never once had an idea of what you feel, what sits right with you, or what your intuition is saying. So always use your intuition with everything, and trust your intuition over all outside influences, and make sure that you're actually listening to your intuition and not your ego, because that is two different things, lovely soul. Okay. So, and another thing of I also want to talk about with intuition, because this plays the biggest role of my entire life, which yours as well. If you think about it, at times in your life, you just felt like maybe you were at a party and you felt like you just needed to leave that party, you just had to leave, and then when you left, you found out that something occurred at that party. I heard damaging, dangerous, bad, some things occurred at that party that you did not want to be a part of, right? And you told yourself, I'm so glad I left that place. It might not have been a party, it could have been anything, or a place where you left and you were so glad that you left. Or maybe you were guided to not go to a family reunion or a family gathering, right? A family get together. You felt before you went that you shouldn't go, but everybody's like, hey, you should come. I really want you to be here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So you went, and you wished you would have never went. And you felt like you shouldn't have went. Your intuition is always there guiding you, right? And it's nothing to be hard on yourself about whenever you actually don't make the right choice, because there goes a lesson for you, right? You were able to see that it was actually right. The choice that you made was not the choice that your intuition was guiding you to make. It was all in the mind, right? Making you feel obligated to have to go do something because of what people may feel, right? Or the guilt that you might felt because if you wouldn't have won, or what would they think about you? All those things that are in the mind, the thoughts that may have what got you to go do it versus your intuition. So it's a learning lesson to see hey, look, your intuition is right. And can you hear your intuition? It's very subtle at first. The more, it's just like anything with the mind, anything in spirituality that we work on, anything new. Even if you go get a new job, you have to learn the ropes, right? It's like anything else. You have to practice using it so that it can grow louder and loud. I'm talking about loud. I'm talking about to where you be tapped out of it in, right? And at times, because it's just a very powerful thing, because there's times in my life where I have to take big risks, right? And those risks are scary. And I sometimes fear them, but I know it's the right thing to do. And especially if fear is there, right? Anything on that I fear is love on the other side. So I sometimes fear it, but my intuition is like letting me know, hey, which is my higher self, right? Letting me know, hey, no, you good. This is the way, whatever I need to know, whatever the circumstances, because I've been through it so many times. And I take it, and it always leads me exactly where I need to be next. And it's always happening in a way that my mind couldn't understand, nor could I even understand, or nor I would even thought to do it that way, right? I have to follow that inner guidance every step of the way that knows the way. It's like your internal map. It's the GPS to everything. So practice actually listening to it so that you can hear it. This is the key to everything, is following your intuition. Okay, and trusting it over any outside influences and over everything. And again, making sure that it's not your ego and it is your intuition, right? A lot of people confuse those because they still feel like, at the end of the day, all those the ego, the intuition, all feels like a part of them. And the ego is something that many of us saw the world through and lived through as our ego. So it feels so familiar to us that it can easily creep in and try to push out goodness, ego, edging God out, edging goodness out. So be mindful of that as well. So everyone is at different levels. So don't, and on different timelines. So don't mix in taking those informations that will confuse you, or those informations that will make you feel like you're doing something wrong, that you should be further ahead. Like different sayings like work harder, not smarter. Just different things that can easily confuse you and make you feel like you're not doing something right, that you should be doing more. All those things out there. So be very mindful and tap into your intuition and see what it's telling you, right? So why you don't hear your intuition is because of you could be moving too fast, doing too much, not having enough stillness, enough practices that take you into your inner world, like meditation, enough just sitting there doing nothing and just being, so you can actually see what's going on in your thoughts and be able to observe your thoughts, so you'll know that you're not your thoughts, and see what thoughts are playing in your mind, what thoughts are controlling you throughout the day. And so you'll know that that's not you, and then you'll be able to feel and trust what is you, because it's just like, that's the simplest way to not confuse you, that you'll be able to see the difference between the two, right? It's, you have to slow down. Moving too fast, if I'm seeing somebody run over a hurdle, like the track hurdles on the track, I'm seeing somebody just run straight over that hurdle, like not seeing anything, like missing everything, missing the whole point, missing the whole lesson, charging through, not just running through. That's basically what all I'm seeing. Another thing is that you don't trust it enough because you're not following it, or you're ignoring it. You're not listening to it because you're really giving a lot of attention and focus to your mind, and you're blocking it off, right? I even noticed at certain levels that I was still blocking off my intuition, right? And I just kept letting it in and following the inner voice and going with it and really trusting it and really working with it, and it grew so big. Another reason that you could not be hearing it is because it could be blocked. Like when I'm saying blocked, like your solar plexus chakra. I like saying chakra, right? I know it's chakra. But anyways, so that your solar plexus chakra could also have a block there, which is your gut, your trusting, your instinct, what your confidence, your power, all that in that area, you may not trust enough. That's what I'm feeling as well. You may not feel confident enough, things in that nature. So really Google and do research over your solar plexus chakra and see if you have a block there. See what things in your solar plexus chakra are you lacking, or you're working on or working towards, or maybe that you're not resonating with that you should be resonating with. So that could be a block as well. I also got the message that triggers are guides, right? Triggers are guides. When you become triggered, let it guide you to what you feel within yourself, so you can release whatever needs to be released. So whenever you're not hearing your intuition, these are some things that are occurring in your life, and you're not tuned into yourself enough and practicing enough stillness. You're on the go, do, and really focus more on your outer world and not in your inner world. You're being asked for more balance between everything in your life, spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally, really creating this balance. You're also being asked to meditate more and going into your inner world and getting to really know yourself. And this is like, in meditation, you let go of a lot. Like, you create here, you come out with more high vibrations, you align your chakras, you feel higher, like all types of amazing things happen depending on what type of meditations that you do. But at the end of the day, in meditations, we're always letting go. But That's all I want to say about that. So also try different things that require you listening to your intuition and trusting it. Like, so you can trust your gut. When you trust your gut, it's just like, it just feels right? There's nothing else other than it just feels right. And it's like, you just know, like you just have this inner knowing. Like you could be sitting down reading a book and it's like, I just know that I should go to the grocery store today and try creating this new meal and using my creativity with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just know you're supposed to do that. So it's just like this inner knowing, right? And that's as simple as that. It's just it just is. So one of the practices that I did that I love a lot is like, I just go for a ride, and I set my intention that my intuition is going to guide me every step of the way, and I would just go for a ride, and I would just feel which way I should turn, right? And at times I could hear my mind say, go right or go left, and I wouldn't listen to it, and I would follow what my intuition is showing me. So there's different practices and tools that you can utilize that help you strengthen and increase your intuition, so they can become louder for you, but you have to tap into it. That's the message that I have for you, lovely souls, today. I love each and every one of you out there. I appreciate you for sharing your valuable time here with me. I hope this was helpful for you. If you liked this video and you found messages here, hit that like button so we can get this message out to more lovely souls like yourself. And if this message resonates with you, hit that like button. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being here and sharing your time with me. Follow me on Instagram at Miss Kelly Travel Spiritually. Share this video with anyone you want to share this video with. And if you keep coming back watching my videos, though, consider subscribing to the channel by hitting that subscribe button and that bell, baby, so you get all the newest videos that I drop. Tune in, tap into your inner world, tune into yourself, get to know yourself, and follow your intuition. It is the key. It's never let me wrong, though. Real talk, peace, love, and light. You heard?